So I have a sample here off the face of the pit. The dry matter can be incredibly variable and across the pit as well. You tend to find the top of the pit will be slightly wetter and less compacted compared to the bottom of the pit where it will be drier and more compacted. Something you can do is grab a sample and do a squeeze test to look at what you think the dry matter is. When you squeeze it in your hand, if you're getting a lot of water coming out, that would gauge it's probably less than 25% dry matter, so quite a lot of water in the sample. In the sample I have in my hand just now, I'm not getting a lot of water out when I squeeze. There is some wetness on my hand, so I know it's got some water in it. So I'd probably gauge this at about 25 to 30%, possibly more than 30% dry matter. If you're not getting any water out of it at all, no moisture on your hands, it's more than 30% dry matter at that point. Other things you can do is forming a ball with it as well. So when you form a ball, if it keeps its shape quite well, it's probably about 25-30% dry matter. If it falls apart in your hands really easily, it's probably over 30% dry matter. So this one holds its shape quite nicely. Other things that you can look at for the quality of the silage, how much energy you think is in there, is looking at the leaf to stem ratio. So how much leaf is in the sample will indicate how much energy or how digestible the silage is. So the more leaf, the more energy there will be. In quite a stemmy, late cut silage, you would expect it to be a lower energy value. So other things you can look at is the fermentation of the silage as well. So ideally you're looking for that sort of khaki, yellowy green colour and quite a nice vinegary smell, and that indicates a nice fermentation. Generally the drier the silage, the sweeter it might smell because there's more sugar in that sample compared to a wetter silage. If there's been some secondary fermentation, you might see that it's black in colour and has a sort of butyric smell to it. So these are things you can look at as well when you're visually assessing your forage.